Hey guys, it's Wendy Hutchinson, Quantum Soul Healer with Alinea Life Coaching. This is my January 2026 newsletter. 2025, which we have just emerged from, was a huge year of healing for humanity. Everybody was being challenged and pushed to confront the shadow. Those were the things and the patterns that no longer serve us. They were challenging us in relationships because maybe we've been engaged in unhealthy dynamics with our families, with our partners, with friends, maybe at work. And so there was this incredible shedding and releasing that happened. It was a very internal year. There was a lot of emotional suffering for so many out there. And I really want to acknowledge the work you've done on yourselves to get you here to 2026. The good news is 2026 is all about action. 2025 was about deep reflection, clearing, and healing. 2026 is about stepping forward into your alignment. It's about showing up as a higher version of you, whatever that looks like. And it may come with a lot of change, which can create some uncertainty. It can be very uncomfortable because there's this gap between who we were and who we're becoming. And in that gap, there's a lot of silence. And in that gap, there's a lot of observation. And in that gap, it's frustrating because we like to know what direction we're moving, how we're going to get there, what the linear unfolding is. And basically, we've burned our maps. None of that is relevant anymore. Linear time has absolutely collapsed into the now moment. And what that means is linear time was a very slow and sequential unfolding of events in in this paradigm, in the old paradigm. And we were living in a lower frequency, which means the rate of spin was very slow and like slow, like molasses. You know how molasses pours really slow? And in that linear, sequential, and slow unfolding, in that harmonic, there was a lot of room for deception. There was a lot of room for lying to ourselves or not acknowledging and accepting what was being presented as truth to us because for many people, they didn't have the emotional bandwidth to handle it. And it was very easy to look the other way or to bury it or ignore it completely. And that's all changed because the earth has amplified and increased her frequency. We're living in a higher vibrational experience, and that correlates with a higher dimensional um, reality, honestly. So that slow linear unfolding has absolutely collapsed into the now moment. So every moment that you have, you're making decisions that are shooting off timeline potentials for you. And so this is really an important time to, if you're not a very present person, if your mind is ping-ponging all over the place all the time, this is a really important time to find practices that bring you back to stillness, back into connection with yourself, whether that's prayer or meditation or a kinetic kind of Zen. I used to spin 5 days a week. This is many years ago. And I would just come to center. I don't know, I'd be working out so hard, but you would just get into this Zen mind. So, whatever practice you can find, maybe it's soothing music and some quiet time, I really recommend that you create space to hear your inner guidance right now. We're being called into more kinetic action. So last year we were healing, and now we have more clarity because once you shed density, there's a lot more clarity. It's like a hot air balloon. You cut all those sandbags of density and you rise. And as you rise, your perspective changes, your clarity increases, your knowing becomes sharper. So you're being really called to elevate and live your life authentically, to make choices that honor who you are, to demand respect, to create. And that can come in any form. It can come through art projects or music or dance or events or connection, whatever you feel called to create, do it. Because creation is like it's like the strike of the match. It's like that hitting the ignition switch and starting your car. Creation is really a powerful tool for you to move. And you'll find as you start to create and flow without agenda, without connection to the outcome, just do it for pure joy. Um, it could be baking, it could be so many things. Find your thing and just start doing it. It doesn't have to look perfect, it doesn't have to have a plan, but if you're feeling called to something, go for it because nothing is going to move the needle faster than being in creative energy. That's source energy, that's purely you, guiding you. So listen to the guidance. Besides this being an energetic year, it's the year of the fire horse in the Chinese Zodiac. I think we're going to see so much truth and disclosure rising for the reason that I mentioned earlier, that we're in a higher harmonic frequency and dimensional experience. The old Earth was very much in a low paradigm, the 3D reality. And everybody talked about 5D. Oh, we're moving to 5D. 5D is now the baseline. 5D isn't the destination, that's the baseline. And we've anchored in all the way up to 12D so far, and I anticipate us going even farther in our reality for those people who are aligned and raising their frequency and can access that reality through change energetically within themselves. So this year, this month, get very intentional about what's on your heart and don't talk yourself out of it. Listen to your body, feel your feelings, trust your knowing. And I feel it's going to be an incredible year for all of us. So, wherever you are on the journey, take care of yourselves, nurture and nourish and love yourselves. And I will see you next month for my February 2026 newsletter. Thank you for joining me. I can't believe it's January already. It just came so fast, and it always does. And you may notice time speeding up because we've collapsed time. So everything is actually happening right now like you think it, and there it is. So I love you all. Thank you for being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.